Yes, I'm still alive.
Super Smash Bros. Is one of my all-time favorite game franchises, but saying that feels like cheating, because that's like saying your favorite superhero is the Avengers. As a crossover, Smash just wouldn't be Super without the franchises that all of its brothers come from. On that front, of all the game series that have made it into Smash, my absolute favorite would have to be the House of Electric Mouse, Pokémon, aside from Ice Climber, of course. So, this month of the channel is going to be all about Pokémon, in a special month I'm calling Poke-Mapril. We'll start Poke-Mapril with this video now, and then a Poke Moveset concept later in the month. Or, knowing my upload schedule, sometime in Poke-Manuary. But as for today's topic, Smash 64 was developed during the height of Pokemania, which, for our younger viewers, was a bit like COVID-19 but fun, and from that very first game, Pokemon has had a huge presence in the Smash games. From Ivysaur to Incineroar, from Hazards off PS2 to the delirious fun of Pokeball-only free-for-all matches, Pokemon has always been quintessential Smash, to the point that, thanks to everyone being here, there are now 10 of the critters in Smash, and that's just accounting for the playable roster. Why does Smash put such an emphasis on Pokemon? Well, this is no big mystery. Unlike every other garbage franchise, Pokemon is the highest grossing media franchise of all time. Hear that, Hello Kitty? You're trash. Come back when you've made $100 billion. Obviously, a franchise as successful and enduringly popular as Pokemon is going to get special treatment in Smash, even if it's not entirely first party like Mario or Zelda are. But how special is that special treatment? When a franchise is as big as Pokemon and has around 1,000 beloved characters, and also a Loma Mola, it's gonna be very hard to showcase everything people love about that franchise, even for a project like Smash. So today, we'll examine the Pokemon content in Ultimate, and see how it stacks up to Pokemon's over 25-year history. I've crunched the numbers, let's try and find the answer to the title of this video. How well represented is Pokemon in Smash? Unless, of course, I change the title to something even more clickbaity. Part 1. Super Smash SlowbroThers. Okay, just so we're all on the same page, let's go over what Pokemon content is already in Smash. Alright? This might take a while. We'll mostly be talking about Ultimate, but, that said, shoutouts to Pokefloats. Gone but not forgotten. There should be a parade in honor of Pokefloats, ideally with more Pokefloats. If you don't need a recap of all the Pokemon content and can just accept that there's a lot of it, feel free to skip to the next section, timestamps in description. As Waluigi fans know, being a playable fighter is the highest honor a character can get in Smash, and Pokemon has either 8 or 10 fighters, depending on whether or not you think humans have more rights than Pokemon. Smash 64 unsurprisingly included franchise mascot Pikachu, but it also included the balloon Pokemon Jigglypuff, partly due to its prominence in the anime, and partly because it was easy to develop as it has the same kind of skeleton as Kirby, even though I'm not sure either has bones. For Melee, Sakurai decided that Pikachu wasn't fast and small enough, so decided to add in a character that would completely contrast Pikachu's slow, heavyweight playstyle with Pikachu's brand new pre-evolution, Pichu. Pichu would play like a dangerous, self-harming Pikachu, and, just like Jigglypuff, was included due to being somewhat easier to add and being something of a joke character. The world's most popular edgy cat fetus-looking abomination Mewtwo was also included. Mewtwo was an obvious and welcome addition, and unlocking him was an unforgettable memory for many Melee players growing up. Sadly, Pichu and Mewtwo did not make the cut for Brawl. Instead, Brawl did include the breakout star of Generation 4, the somehow Steel-type Jackal Warrior, Lucario. Furries everywhere, ooh-wooed in delight. Brawl also introduced my all-time favourite Smash character, the Pokémon Trainer. This 3-in-1 fighter gave players a sample platter of elemental reptiles, as it let players alternate between Squirtle, Ivysaur and Charizard, who each represent different evolutionary stages of the original generation's starter Pokémon. Often Pokémon fighters in Smash are kind of blank slates, playgrounds for the devs to try more original mechanics or experimental movesets. Pokémon Trainer was that, to an extent, but was also Smash sincerely trying to emulate ideas, traditions, and mechanics of the Pokémon games themselves. Pokémon Trainer represented trainers, swapping Pokémon, starters, evolutionary stages, and type matchups. This was the first time a Pokémon fighter truly had the design philosophy of representing Pokémon as a series. The implementation wasn't perfect, but the idea was really cool and ambitious. So naturally, the very next game in the series cut the trainer and only brought back his Charizard. Charizard. Smash 4 also included the new water starter frog Pokemon Greninja, a monster whose ninja design is badass until you stop and think about how it eats with that tongue. At this point, Mewtwo's return was something that countless Smash fans were hoping for, and before the release of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, that return would be a triumphant reality, as Mewtwo would spearhead DLC development for that game. The reveal itself is more mundane than some of Smash's CGI trailers, but Mewtwo was so beloved and missed that this would go down as one of the most unanimously well-received Smash announcements of all time. Years later, the Nintendo Switch was Nintendo's newest console, and that would mean a new Smash game. But how would Pokémon factor in this time? Because Pokémon had seen more cuts than any other series in Smash, that meant Pokémon had the most to gain from everyone being here for Smash Ultimate. Squirtle, Ivysaur, their trainer, and Pichu would all return, and both Pokémon Trainer and Pikachu would let players play as explicitly female versions of those characters, which was nice. But not as nice as the 69th character to be added to Smash, the Randy and Savage Macho Man Panther Incineroar. So, that's our full lineup of 10 playable pocket monsters. But what else does Pokemon have in Smash? Well, before there were assist trophies, there were Pokeball Pokemon. Ultimate's summonable menagerie features Alolan Raichu, Vulpix, Alolan Vulpix, Meowth, Abra, Electrode, Alolan Exeggutor, Goldeen, Staryu, Ditto, Eevee, Snorlax, Moltres, Mew, Togepi, Blossom, Scizor, Entei, Suicune, Lugia, Gardevoir, Metagross, Latias and Latios, Kyogre, Deoxys, Abomasnow, Palkia, Giratina, Darkrai, Arceus, Victini, Snivy, Oshawott, Zoroark, Kyurem, Keldeo, Meloetta, Genesect, Chespin, Fennekin, Fletchling, Spupa, Gogoat, I forgot this bastard's name, Inkay, Dedenne, Xerneas, Beware, Pyukumuku, Togedemaru, Mimikyu, Tapu Koko, Solgaleo, Lunala, and Marshadow. I'm sorry I didn't poke-rap those names. Next up, stages. Returning from the previous games, Smash Ultimate includes Saffron City from the Kanto region, Sinnoh's Spear Pillar, Unova's Pokemon League, and Carlos's Prism Tower and Pokemon League. Of course, Ultimate also includes Pokemon Stadiums 1 and 2, which probably aren't direct homages to the games literally called Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2, but instead are likely there to represent the franchise-wide idea of a Pokemon arena. Nowadays, a staple of Smash stage design is gratuitous cameos, but the first series to really take advantage of that possibility was Pokémon, which means it's time to list off and probably mispronounce a bunch more Pokémon. Saffron City features background Butterfree, Fearow, Moltres, and Pidgey, while Chansey, Charmander, Electrode, Porygon, and Venusaur can all burst onto the scene like they're Kramer from Seinfeld. Pokemon Stadium 1 doesn't feature any background Pokemon, but PS2 includes Electivire, Magnezone, Drifloon, Hoppip, Skarmory, Cubone, Dugtrio, Snover, and Snorunt, depending on what type the stage is. It also features an adorable picture of a cat. Spear Pillar is home to legendary Pokemon Dialga, Palkia, and Cresselia, who can each impact the match in their own ways. Legendary trio Uxie, Meesprit, and Azov can also appear, but they don't do anything interesting, which is honestly in character. Unova Pokemon League has similar legendary mystique to Spear Pillar, and in Smash it can feature Zekrom, Reshiram, and Shaman, as well as Whimsicott and Milotic for some reason. The other Pokemon stage from Smash 3DS, Prism Tower, includes cameos from Helioptile, Magnemite, Emolga, Zapdos, and Yveltal. Something is probably severely wrong in Kalos if the God of Death is routinely flying past their bigger city, but at least Yveltal is polite enough not to interrupt Smash matches. And lastly, Kalos Pokemon League's different forms feature type-appropriate Pokemon. The Fire stage includes Infernape, Tepig, Blaziken, Pyroar, and the legendary Ho-Oh. Turn on the sprinklers and you might see Piplup, Wailord, Blastoise, Kloitzer, and Manaphy. The Great Swords of the Steel stage can be accompanied by Klinklang, Hoenn, Steelix, Scizor, or the mighty Registeel. Finally, the Dragon segment of the stage features pseudo-legendary Titans Garchomp, Dragonite, and Hydreigon, as well as Little Axew. Rayquaza is the legendary for this stage variant, although it's a much more fleeting appearance than his full-on boss battle from Smash Bros. Brawl. That was probably my favourite boss fight in Brawl, even if I did always find it weird that the legendary Sky Dragon was just chilling by some lake. Anyway, between Pokemon like Garchomp, Blaziken, and Blastoise, I always got the sense that Kalos was just trying to give acknowledgement to a lot of fan-favourite Pokemon. The only Pokemon Mii costume is the Rocket Grunt Drip. I don't know if I used the word drip correctly, and the only Pokemon items are the Poke and Master Balls, and I guess Pyukumuku and formerly Bonsley. Pokémon has 33 songs in Ultimate, all from the main games. Only 4 of these are not remixes, and tragically, none of them are the original anime theme or the Pokerap. Lastly, there's the spirits. At the time of writing, Pokémon has 162 spirits in Ultimate, 160 of which are based on actual Pokémon, with the other 2 being the Pokémon Trainers' fighter spirits, which for some reason don't use the official art of Red and Leaf. Listing all 162 spirits sounds incredibly boring and like terrible content. You don't want me to do that. I made an unlisted video that I'll link to in the description where I did do just that, but please, I value your time. Don't watch it. That's basically all the Pokémon content in Smash. Again, earlier Smash games had some different stuff like Pokefloats or the Rayquaza fight or Smash Run enemies, but even without that stuff, Ultimate has a lot of Pokémon. But we're here today to examine the quality just as much as the quantity. So is it good Pokemon content? Or did Sakurai just herd a bunch of Pokemon like they were stray cats and carelessly cram them into his game? Let's find out. Part 2. Typecasting. Let's talk about type representation. Just like the dating scene, every Pokemon has a type, or 2, ranging from normal to 17 flavors of abnormal. Type balance is the heart of the Pokemon series, scissors, paper, literally rock combat, and a lot of the franchise's identity stems from it. So, how well does Smash showcase type diversity? Of the 18 Pokemon types, Smash Bros. Has 2 playable electric types, 2 fire types, 2 water types, 2 dark types, a grass type, a poison type, a flying type, a normal type, a retroactively fairy type, a fighting type, a steel type, and a psychic type. Bug, Ice, Ground, Rock, Ghost, and Dragon have no playable Smash Fighter, unless you count Smash 4's Mega Charizard X for Dragon, and assume Greninja turns Ghost type after using Shadow Sneak due to the Protein ability. But we know Ultimate Greninja doesn't have that ability because he turns into Ash Greninja for his final Smash, so he must have Battle Bond, and I hope someone appreciates my nerdy pedantry. It makes me so attractive. Anyway, I don't think anyone's favourite Ghost-type Pokemon is Greninja sometimes, so let's just say Smash has no playable Ghosts. 12 out of 18 types among 10 Pokemon sounds pretty healthy in terms of type representation, but is it? Well, even though it has a fighter, the way Smash has treated the Grass type has been slightly controversial. Grass, Fire, and Water are famously the type triangle that every region starter Pokemon adhere to. This meant that Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard, being the Pokemon Trainers' free Pokemon in Brawl, made a lot of sense and was respectful of that tradition. Ivysaur was slightly hard done by because Brawl gave Pokemon Trainers Pokemon type weaknesses and resistances, and Smash has a lot more fire attacks and water attacks, but aside from Ivysaur living in constant fear of the Falcon Punch, all 3 starter types were basically on even footing, but the elements would not live in harmony forever. Just like HM1, Pokemon Trainer was cut, alongside Squirtle and Ivysaur, but Charizard would continue to carry the torch for the Fire type. Smash 4 also added Water-type Greninja, but Grass would not grace Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. The Trinity was broken. Consequently, this meant that fan requests for new Pokemon fighters were dominated by grass starter Pokemon like Sceptile or its pre-evolved form Grovyle, although Grovyle was also a popular choice for a different reason that I'll touch on later. When the new Pokemon Sun and Moon games revealed that the new grass starter's final form was Avian Archer Decidueye, people assumed this Robin Hood Owl Hood Pokemon was a shoo-in for Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch. How could it not be? It was a cool bird archer. Its design screamed fighter, or it screamed Decidueye because that's what Pokemon do. Eventually, Ultimate was actually announced. And look, Squirtle and Ivysaur were returning. We have Fire, Grass, and Water again. But Ivy's return didn't change anything in terms of speculation. Decidueye was still seen as the Alolan frontrunner, because it joining would mean that Smash had fully evolved Fire, Water, and Grass starters, even if Charizard was back to working for the man. And Leaf. 6 months of rumours and leaks happened, the Grinch was there for some reason, and the final fighter in base game Smash Bros. Ultimate was revealed. The big, dumb, Zangief cat Pokemon Incineroar. There had been leaks, so this didn't completely blindside people, but the heel wrestler Pokemon was still a controversial pick. Partly because he had always been divisive, partly because his inclusion disproved the fan favourite studded Grinch leak, and partly because Incineroar's successful lawsuit over his leaked sex tape bankrupted the Gorka Media Empire. I might be misremembering that part, but the main reason that Incineroar was one of the most controversial additions to Smash was because Incineroar being Fire-type made it feel like that classic Pokemon starter-type triangle was thrown aside and out of balance. Fire types and Fire Emblem. That's how you upset Smash fans. So that's why Grass type is often seen to be underrepresented, despite the fact it actually has a fighter. What about the types that Smash doesn't have at all? Ice, Ghost, and Dragon are all rarer, more niche, and usually late game types, so it's not so surprising that none of those have made the roster. Bug, Rock, and Ground are all more common, but have had relatively few major franchise mascots associated with them. Of those, I think Bug is an interesting case. Not because of any glaring omission of a specific Bug Pokemon, but because of Ultimate as a whole. Despite having such a large roster, not a single Smash fighter is insectoid, or is bug-themed. Seriously, look through the Spirit list. Almost all the insectoid game characters had to be relegated to someone like Ridley, who isn't an insect. This was also a problem for undead game characters, but I guess Smash does have undead characters now, just not in the way I was expecting. But as for bugs, Pokemon has some of the most beloved creepy crawlies in gaming, aside from Hollow Knight, and the Earthworm Jim Bug Snacks. So there's definitely an opportunity for something to invest the Smash roster. However, it's not a huge deal, because bug Pokemon can still show up as Pokeball Pokemon, as can the other missing types. See, you've got Ghost types like Mimikyu, Ice types like Abomasnow, thanks Aboma, and Pokeballs can also summon Dragon types ranging from Kyurem to a Alolan Exeggutor, which is honestly great for showing how much contrast the Pokemon games can have, even within a single type. And as for Rock and Ground, well, naturally there's no Pokeball Rock and Ground types. Well, no matter. Luckily, there are so many Pokemon stages, featuring so many more Pokemon. See, look, there's some ground types. They even have a whole stage form, but, no rock types. Still, forgive me, Lord Helix, but where are the actual living rock types? Even beyond Smash, the Pokken Tournament roster doesn't feature any rock types as either playable Pokemon or summonable support Pokemon. What's going on here? No fighters, no summons? Ultimate is seemingly so opposed to Pokemon rocks that it even removed Charizard's pet rock, Dr. Concussion. What did the rock type do? Did Brock piss off someone at Namco Bandai by sleeping with their wife? Why won't these games put any rock types in? Aggron is literally the best Pokemon, so why won't they let his kind in their fighting games? At least Pokemon Unite, for all its folly, took a stand where no other game would, and included a crab. Okay, to be fair, Pokken does feature some rock types as stage cameos, and Ultimate does have 7 spirits of rock-type Pokemon, although one of those is Terrakion, having to share a spirit with his brothers, and 2 of those are Diancie. It's pretty dire when 1/7 of Ultimate's rock-type representation is this Nihilego PNG. Previous Smash games did much better on this front. Bonsly was a Pokeball Pokemon who was treated like a very heavy strong item, which was stupid fun, and Onix was both a Pokeball Pokemon and a Pokefloat, just another reason why Pokefloats was the perfect stage. So, Sakurai doesn't have the stones to include rock types, and starter type harmony is up in flames. Aside from that, I think type representation in Ultimate is pretty good across the board. But Pokemon types aren't the only types of Pokemon types. Let's look at another category that Pokemon can fall into. Evolutionary stages. The franchise has evolved Pokemon, unevolved Pokemon, and some Pokemon in between. And some Pokemon are single stage without any evolution at all. I guess these Pokemon are creationists. Smash has great evolutionary diversity, as you can play as every stage of evolution. For instance, Pokemon trainers Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard represent the 3 main stages of evolution, while Mewtwo is technically not evolved from Mew, so it is a single-stage Pokemon, albeit one who can Mega Evolve thanks to its final Smash. Smash's evolutionary representation is so good that you can have a baby Pokemon fight Sephiroth, and I'm pretty sure that Donkey Kong is the missing link. Even though there's only 10 Pokemon, I appreciate that Smash's fighters showcase a variety of Pokemon evolutionary stages, even compared to the more expansive Pokken roster. Here's a weird fact I stumbled upon with all of my Excel tables. The only stage cameo Pokemon to be the middle stage of a 3-part family is Chansey. Even though when the Saffron City stage was first made, Chansey didn't even have a family at all. I guess the father of the egg ran out on her. Now, looking at the data, we also find a disproportionate amount of single-stage Pokeball Pokemon, but there's a reason for that. Okay, So we've talked about starter Pokemon a lot, so clearly there are distinct categories of Pokemon outside of type and evolution. For starters, there's starters, which Smash has a lot of, but other archetypes include things like electric rodents, or evolutions, or fossils, or pseudo-legendaries, although not all of these are official groups. Legendary and mythical Pokemon, on the other hand, are very explicit classes of Pokemon, and the Pokemon Company wants you to know it. Legendaries are powerful, world-shaping creatures who inspire the denizens of the Pokemon world and challenge the greatest trainers. Mythicals are a funny practical joke from a franchise that told players they gotta catch 'em all, but then gated some of them behind limited events in the real world. I think Mewtwo is the perfect choice to represent legendary Pokemon. He's iconic, incredibly popular, and, in Smash, because he's the only playable legendary, the mystique of the legendaries isn't spoiled by oversaturation. Unfortunately, that isn't the case for Pokeball Pokemon, which have an entire pantheon to offer. Of the 56 Pokeball Pokemon in Ultimate, 23 of them are legendary or mythical. That's over 40%. If you want to put that in perspective, picture 5 people walking down the street. Only it turns out one of those people is Jesus of Nazareth, and another is Poseidon. One possible reason for this veritable League of Legends is that ever since Smash 4 introduced the Master Ball as an item, Smash then needed to provide powerful Pokemon that can come out of its balls. And honestly, that makes sense, but even in Brawl, before the Master Ball was an option, a whopping 14 out of 31 Pokeball summons were legendary or mythical. I think Smash having so many legendary summons is a shame, as it makes the legendaries less special, and makes it harder for ordinary monsters to shine. I will note that I have no problem with many legendary Pokemon appearing on stages like Spear Pillar or the Unova Pokemon League, because complaining about that is like being annoyed there's a bunch of beavers hanging out by my favourite beaver dam. The newest Pokemon games when Ultimate came out was Sun and Moon, which introduced a new kind of powerful Pokemon, the Ultra Beasts. As someone who has often been called an Ultra Beast by my many lovers, I have a soft spot for these bizarre alien Pokemon. Amazingly, despite being the new Eldritch Kids on the block when Ultimate was developed, the only appearance the Ultra Beasts make in Smash is Rock-type.png. Conversely, I wish Smash had more ordinary Pokemon on its roster. Almost every playable Pokemon in Smash is either a starter or is so prominent of a mascot that they have literal movies about them. Even little Pichu is far from ordinary, mostly due to nepotism. In addition to being related to Pikachu, despite just being literal street vermin, there are official songs about how random Pichu are known both far and wide. As I see it, the closest thing Smash has to an average, run-of-the-mill Pokemon that pads out the Pokédex and would live in a field and be eaten by Ekans is Jigglypuff, and I don't think a puff is enough. So many of the miscellaneous Pokemon are what give the series its life. They make it feel like a world of wonderful creatures. This is why I thought that Chandelure and Croagunk were such good additions to Pokken, and why Crustle in Unite continues to be the high point of the franchise, because these Pokemon are not mascots or myths. They're just Pokemon, and the appeal of Pokemon is a world full of Pokemon, so it's important to give a spotlight to less popular or significant monsters. I'd like to see more of that in Smash. Anyway, between elemental types, evolutionary statuses, and general archetypes of Pokemon, what have we learned? Smash is doing pretty good, but could use a bug-type, single-stage Ultra Beast. Basically, if instead of Incineroar, our big dumb Gen 7 wrestler Pokemon was Buzzswole, the world would be a better place. But our Pokemon journey isn't over. Next up, my fellow Zoomers, get ready to dab on the haters and post it on TikTok.com, as we're going to be talking about generations. Pokemon generations. Part 3. Okay, Rillaboomer. 6 out of the 10 Pokemon in Smash are from the first generation. And I think that's fine? Okay, this might be a hot take. So, generational representation is a contentious topic in the Pokemon fandom. The first generation of Pokemon is an incredibly iconic cast of creatures that ushered in the phenomenon and was responsible for the most successful games in the series, twice. The first 151 are also a fraction of the entire lineup, have all been incredibly overexposed, except maybe Seal, and are from some of the shallowest, buggiest games in the series. Generation 1 receives an incredibly disproportionate amount of fan service and marketing and attention compared to any other generation. For example, every single Alolan variant Pokemon was based on Pokemon from Kanto, and the Gen 6 games just straight up hand you a Kanto starter capable of Mega Evolving, while the actual Gen 6 starters don't even get Mega Evolutions. This can be really disheartening if you're one of the millions of fans of Pokemon from any other region, because it's much less likely that Pokemon you love from, say, Hoenn or Unova will be given any special attention. And Smash continues this trend by having an entire party's worth of Kanto creatures instead of spotlighting more Pokemon who aren't relics of the 90s. And yeah, I think that's okay. That's because of just who those 6 Pokemon are. Pikachu is... come on, it's Pikachu. Pikachu had to be here. There's a reason why there's a movie about Detective Pikachu and not one about Postmaster Pelipper. Next, Mewtwo is the quintessential legendary Pokemon, and when he was cut from a Smash game, he then became the most requested Smash character. Charizard is also a big deal, and as much as you might not like it, having Charizard crammed down your throat is just part of being a Pokemon fan. And it just so happens that Smash Charizard has a more interesting mechanic when he's joined by Squirtle and Ivysaur. For what it's worth, Squirtle's also incredibly iconic and beloved, and you can't have the Charmander and Squirtle lines without Bulbasaur's family tree. I mean, you can, and Pokken did, but you shouldn't. Bulbasaur is great, and Ivysaur is just more of him. So it makes sense to have Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. Keep in mind I am a Pokemon trainer main, so this is 100% propaganda. Ivysaur's down air should never have been nerfed, NFTs will make you rich, and there is no war in Passing Say. Yet again, Jigglypuff is the odd one out. She's not really promoted by the Pokemon Company anymore. But still, I think Jigglypuff deserves to be here because of her Smash legacy. People have been playing as Puff for over 20 years. It'd be cruel to take that away. And you've seen how big H-Box's pop-offs are. I don't want to know what that man would do if he took away his balloon, so it might make me a disgusting Gen 1er, but I think the Kanto-heavy Smash lineup is fine, despite how absurd it is on the surface. In terms of other generational representation, Pichu, Lucario, Greninja, and Incineroar come from generations 2, 4, 6, and 7, respectively. Saffron City is from Kanto, Spear Pillar is in Sinnoh, Gen 5's Unova has its Pokemon League, and Kalos has 2 stages. A Rayquaza boss fight used to be Gen 3's Consolation Prize, but he's slumming it in the Kalos Pokemon League now. And let's face it, if Gen 3 had its own stage, it would probably have too much water. Now, while I think it's not an issue that the fighters in Smash skew towards Generation 1, the rest of the content is a bit egregious. Gen 1 is tied with Gen 4 for the most stage cameos, it has the most Pokeball Pokemon, and overwhelmingly has the most Spirits. Spirits especially seemed like such a great chance to even the playing field, yet instead, Kanto Spirits outnumber the next generation 2-1. Gen 1 is also the generation with the most songs in Smash, assuming you consider Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire remixes to be Gen 3 songs and not Gen 6. So, are the generations well represented in Smash? Well, you could say this is a case of art reflecting life. In our world, Gen 1 is incredibly overexposed, and that continues into Smash. Ergo, it's not well balanced at all, but Pokemon gonna Pokemon, and that means Gen 1 supremacy. Part 4. We couldn't fit many trainers in Smash. Have you ever heard of something called a human? They're pretty prominent in the Pokemon games. The people who catch, train, and live with Pokemon are a significant part of the games, anime, and our general idea of a Pokemon world. And many of these people are popular characters in their own right. It makes sense that the Pokemon of Pokemon are the most prominent in Smash, but the only signs of Poke-humanity are the Pokemon trainers, Red and Leaf, the stadium audiences, and that Team Rocket outfit that Sans sometimes wears. And some of Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and Pichu's costumes reference humans or organizations such as Serena, Gold, or Team Skull and Team Aqua. I don't think the solution, if it even is a problem, is to add Lieutenant Surge as a fighter or anything, and even though I love Pokemon Trainer, I think the dev time required to create a sequel to that 3-in-1 fighter might be better spent on other franchises. Still, I think fans would have appreciated N, or especially Cynthia as Spirits, and Professor Oak could have been a gimmicky assist trophy that gives every player a Pokeball. I've also seen the suggestion that one of the champions could be a boss fight where they would send out different Pokemon for a multi-stage fight, which I think would have been amazing, but didn't happen. I suspect the reason that Smash has chosen to focus on the Pokemon themselves so much is contrast. No matter how popular some of the humans in Pokemon are, why focus on them when almost every other franchise in Smash is teeming with Homo sapiens? Pokemon is unique because of Pokemon, so they get the spotlight. Still, as a human, I figured I'd do my part to advocate for other humans. Part 5. The Spin-Offs. Jesus Christ. Now we come to the reason why I made this video, and what I believe to be the biggest missed opportunity when it comes to Pokémon representation in Smash. Almost all of the Pokémon content in Smash is from the main series of games, which is a shame, because the spin-off content is great. First, the anime. Smash does have homages to the anime. The Pokémon voices, Jigglypuff's Sing, Charizard's Seismic Toss Up Throw, Talking Lucario, and Ash Greninja, which is a weird case of Smash referencing the games, referencing the anime. I think Smash referencing the Pokémon anime is fine and inevitable, considering how much of Pokémon's identity comes from the anime, and conversely, I don't think it's egregious that the official Smash games don't include more specific anime references like Squirtle Squad sunglasses or Armored Mewtwo, because those references aren't core to those characters' identities. But of course, if these callbacks were in Smash, they would be very welcome fan service, just like they are in Project M. Currently in Smash, the only references to Pokémon spin-off games that I could find were Pikachu's Thunder Jolt, possibly being from the trading card game, and a Detective Pikachu spirit. Why isn't this thing a costume? More to the point, why isn't this a costume that swaps out all of Pikachu's voice lines for Ryan Reynolds grunting in pain and screaming as he attacks? Earlier, I mentioned that one of the common requests for a grass starter Smash fighter was Grovyle. This might seem like a peculiar choice until you consider that a Grovyle was a fan-favourite NPC from Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Explorers of Darkness, and Explorers of Sky. In those games, it was kind of like Doctor Who with a leaf blade, so of course it has its own dedicated fandom. The Pokémon Mystery Dungeon games are pretty good, have many entries and a cult following, so yeah, I agree, it makes perfect sense to represent them. I've also seen some people suggest that Smash could remedy its lack of Pokémon series humans by adding a Pokémon Ranger as a fighter, who fights alongside Pokémon instead of hanging tight at the back of a Z-axis like my boy Red. But I don't think spin-off representation needs to be in the form of a fighter. I think any acknowledgement would be appreciated, frankly. Like, why not include music from the spin-off games? For some reason, Pokémon Masters is filled with bangers, and my favourite Pokémon spin-off, Pokémon Colosseum, has a great soundtrack, including the theme song of disco boss man Mirror B. Mirror B is a man who has an afro that looks like a Pokeball, and he dances alongside his rain-dancing Ludicolo. Some people say that video games aren't art. Those people have not played Pokémon Colosseum. But there's one spin-off that dwarfs them all, a Pokémon spin-off that I truly believe would have been all over Smash Ultimate, had Ultimate been a more traditional Smash sequel. A spin-off so big that it might have been owned by 10 times as many people as any other Nintendo game. Tell him, Hillary!
Pokémon Go!
Pokémon Go was responsible for some of the most wondrous weeks I'd ever lived through, and was a juggernaut that captivated the world. This game was an absolute sensation that had seemingly everyone out and about, competing over gyms and walking to Pokestops, and being annoyed because why was nothing spawning except for hundreds of Doduo? Chelsea from work has a Vaporeon, but I can't find a single Eevee because all of these Dojo and now the servers are down! Of course, the game is still massive to this day, but when it first launched, it dominated the zeitgeist like nothing I'd ever seen before or since. Even if Pokemon Go isn't directly a Nintendo game, I find it genuinely astonishing that a game this big wasn't given the red carpet treatment for the newest Smash game. Pokemon is such a huge part of Smash, yet the biggest Pokemon game of all time isn't in a game about celebrating the history of games? I was shocked we didn't see a Pokestop as a stage, and I was surprised that Blanche, Candela, or Spark didn't make it into Smash Spirits. The mystery of Smash not having Pokemon Go content has been living in my head, rent-free, for years now, which is irrefutable evidence that something really went wrong in my life, didn't it? Part 6. I couldn't think of a funny subtitle for the section about stages. I've already gone over the stages a couple of times in this video, but to recap, Smash Ultimate has Pokemon Cities, including a Pokemon Gym, Pokemon Leagues, Pokemon Stadiums, and Spear Pillar. I think it's astonishing that every location from the series about wild monsters is a man-made structure or several parade floats. I think there's a huge missed opportunity in the stage selection. Let's see a true habitat. I'd love to see a wild area join Smash, like the wild area, or maybe just a common route, or a safari zone, or one of the sandbox areas from Legends Arceus, or even a travelling expedition through Poke habitats like Pokemon Snap. Basically, if I could fight King K. Rool in a true slice of wilderness, that would fulfill all of my Steve Irwin fantasies. And if there's a Bidoof in the background, even better. Part 7. The other stuff. Shinies? People like shinies? All the Pokemon should have shiny skins, no exceptions. And here's another thing, Namco Bandai. You made Smash and Pokken, so why not put Shadow Mewtwo from Pokken in as a skin? And while you're listening, I'd also like to see Mii costumes for Machoke and Galarian Slowbro, please and thank you. And if you get me the new Tonka truck for Christmas, that would help a lot. Conclusion. I want to stress that this video isn't meant to be throwing shade at Sakurai and the Smash devs for how they've handled Pokemon over the years. The scope of Smash is so absurdly large, and it requires the devs to work with so many external stakeholders, that the fact the games are as good and reverent to the source material as they are is a miracle. Heck, we know for a fact that the Pokemon Company has some weird requirements that the Smash team must consider, such as Pikachu having to be a nudist until pretty recently. And I'm not saying that the Pokemon Company are being overly protective or stingy with their IP, and need to give Sakurai more freedom. It's their IP, they get to determine how it's used. That's capitalism. Also, I'm not trying to demand that Smash adds even more Pokemon stuff. Pokemon is the series with the most fighters, assuming we continue to pretend that Yoshi and Wario aren't Mario characters. Pokemon is definitely well fed in terms of Smash content, so if other series, as in any other series, gets the spotlight from here on out instead, that's a good thing. Rather, the point of this video, as much as there was one, was to examine what Pokemon content does exist in Smash, and to see if there are any surprising blind spots or missed opportunities. And because Smash is designed by humans and not spreadsheets, of course there are some peculiarities in the final product. Regarding that, I think it's buck wild that there's almost no sign of Rock-type Pokemon, aside from a few Pebbles in the Spirit list. I think it's interesting that just about the only thing representing Pokemon's many trainers is the fighter, Pokemon Trainer. I find it baffling that Pokemon Go is a no-go, but I guess that game released too late for anyone to Pokemon Go to the Smash ballot. And I think we should acknowledge places where Smash has perfectly represented the series, such as its roster, making Charles Darwin proud of its evolutionary variety. One of the side effects of a mega franchise like Pokemon having such tremendous reach and legacy is that almost every person on the planet has a different perspective on it. Between the games, anime, movies, cards, and merchandise, everyone will have different touchstones and expectations, and with over 900 Pokemon, every fan will have their own favourites they want to see more of, and Pokemon that make them roll their eyes. So, while I personally would like to see more people play and celebrate Pokemon Colosseum or XD Omega LOL Gale of Darkness, and would have loved to see Smash's take on a Hoenn Pokemon, other fans might have grown up with and loved Pokemon Black and White's entirely unique Pokemon lineup, and someone else might be a die-hard Pokemon Smile fan for some reason, and would like to see more tooth-based Pokemon content. And the fact that these cartoon animals can mean so many things to so many people is just wonderful. So ultimately, I can make some nerdy graphs and spout some opinions, but I'm just one person with one perspective. So, how well represented is Pokemon in Smash? Well, what do you think? And it's not just me, right? The rock-type thing is genuinely strange, isn't it? Alright, that's the video. The next video will use what we've learned here today, and be a moveset concept for a Pokemon. Something simple compared to my usual stuff. Now, if I can just quickly do a bit of housekeeping. First up, I'm genuinely sorry I've been so quiet the past year. I like working on this channel and I should do it more, and I'm sorry I don't. Last year, around this time, I announced that I was working on a Tetris video, which started as a bit of a shitpost, but kind of ended up requiring more work and research than anything else on this channel has. So getting through that has been a bit of an ordeal, and I was finally getting to a good place with that project, but as it's kind of a celebration of Tetris's history and culture, and how much of that links to Russia, I don't feel that it's appropriate to make that video, considering what's going on in the news, and I wouldn't feel comfortable posting something like that right now. So consider that project shelved but not cancelled outright. I still want to make that video, but I do want to include the historical context stuff, so now is not the time. I hope you understand where I'm coming from with that, and I'm sorry if you were looking forward to that. In general, I do want to make more of this essay-style video. I experimented with this format a bit around E3, and I was really happy with the turnaround of that video. That took like 3 days to make, which is phenomenal for this channel. So, in the interest of posting more content, maybe expect a bit more variety from this channel. Who knows, if people like this video, maybe this representation in Smash topic could become a series. I guess guess we'll see. Also, since my last video, Smash Ultimate has had its final DLC and final pieces of content, but what does that mean for this channel? Well, I still love Smash and I love moveset concepts as content, so I'd like for that to continue, so just because Ultimate is over, that doesn't mean this channel is. Although, like I said, there might be a bit more variety in the kinds of content I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in several months for the second installment of Pokemaple. Bye!